chemistry, organic chemistry. So we look at the introduction of organic chemistry. So what is organic chemistry? So organic chemistry, it is the study of chemistry of compounds containing carbon, except for carbon oxides and carbonates. So that is what we call organic chemistry, the study of chemistry of compounds containing carbon, or it is a branch of chemistry that is concerned with the study of carbon compounds, except for carbon oxides and carbonates. Sources of carbon. So, where does this carbon we are talking about come from? So, number one, this carbon comes from carbon dioxide in the air. So this is the first and the main source of carbon in carbon compounds. It is carbon dioxide in the air. That is number one. Number two, carbon in carbon compounds, it comes from fossil fuel such as coal, petroleum, and natural gas. So that is the second source of carbon from carbon compounds. Homologous series. So what is homologous series? So when we talk about homologous series, we talk about a group of compounds that conform to the same general formula and differ in the length of their carbon chain. That is what we call homologous series. In other words, it is a family of compounds that differ only in the length of carbon chain and they conform to the same general formula. So we talk about a family. So that is what we call homologous series. So these are families of compounds that conform to the same general formula and differ in the length of their carbon chain. So examples of homologous series, we have alkanes, we have alkenes, we have alkanols, we have carboxylic acids, we have esters. So these are families. So these each family it conform to the same general formula. So that is what we call homologous series. But we have what we call characteristics of homologous series. So one of the characteristics of homologous series is that they have the same general formula. That is number one. So that is number one characteristic of homologous series. They have the same general formula. Then number two, they differ from the next consecutive member only by CH2. Then number three, they have similar chemical properties. So those are the characteristics of homologous series. So now we look at the functional group. So what is a functional group? So when we talk about a functional group, we are simply saying that it is the particular bond, atom or group of atoms that largely dictates how the molecule will react. That is what we call functional group. So that is what we call the functional group. So let us look at the homologous series and their functional group. So we have homologous series and we have the functional group. So the functional group of alkane, it is a single bond. Okay. So that is it, the functional group. It's a single bond between carbon atoms. Then we have alkene. So we have alkene. So alkene, it's a double bond. So it's a double bond between two carbon atoms. So this is a double bond between two carbon atoms. Then we have alkano. So alkano, we have an hydroxyl. So this is an hydroxyl. That is the functional group of alkano, which is alcohol. So when you see a molecule, it contains an hydroxyl. Just know that that is an alcohol. Then we have carboxylic acid. So this is the functional group of carboxylic acid. Then we have esters. So the functional group of ester is this. This is the functional group of ester. Hydrocarbon. So what is an hydrocarbon, or what are hydrocarbons? So hydrocarbons, these are organic compounds that contains only hydrogen and carbon atoms. Hydrocarbons, these are organic compounds that contains carbon and hydrogen atoms only. Those are what we call hydrocarbons. So that is what we call hydrocarbons. These are organic compounds that contains carbon and hydrogen atoms only. So examples of hydrocarbons. So there are two examples of hydrocarbons. We've got saturated hydrocarbons and we have unsaturated hydrocarbons. So that is hydrocarbon. So there are two types of hydrocarbons that we have. So we have saturated hydrocarbons and we have unsaturated hydrocarbons. So the saturated hydrocarbons, these are single bond, which are alkanes. So alkanes, they are saturated hydrocarbon and they've got a single bond. And we have the unsaturated hydrocarbon, which have a double bond or triple bond. So examples of those that have got a double bond, it is the alkene. So those unsaturated, they can have a double bond or they can have the triple bond. So there are two types of hydrocarbons, the alkanes and the alkenes. So there you need to understand that the alkanes, they are saturated hydrocarbons. The alkenes, they are unsaturated hydrocarbons.